Hello, once again. Welcome to the Powerhouse Woman Show. I'm your host, Monica Pierre. I'm a three-time Emmy Award-winning reporter and producer. I am host of the Powerhouse Woman Show and my brand new show that I just launched. It's called 321 You're On with Monica and also Live with Monica. And this is where I have pop-up guests all the time. So I'm so excited you could join us. So please, as you come on, you can say hello and let us know where you're joining us from. But we're excited. If you're at a place now in your life, in your job, in your journey, and you feel like you're, I don't know, you feel like it's not working out. You feel like you don't know what's going to happen. You've been laboring a long time and you're this close to quitting. We're going to talk today about the power of small steps, the power of starting, necessity that will lead to passion and that will lead to your legacy. I am so excited to have our guest join us today. She is the one and the only Stephanie Blue. SHRM, SHRM, certified. You can give me all your credentials in just a minute, but she's a dedicated human resources professional, so much experience, so much passion. She works with her clients. She's also the owner and operator of Three Pillars HR Solutions. And I just had a chance to connect with her recently and immediately heard her on another show. Big ups to Danielle, the Teach, Coach Danny D, in her show, where she talks about how you can work with ease and you can make profits in your pajamas. So I heard her on the podcast. I'm going to stop talking because I could talk a long time about our guest. Stephanie, thank you for joining us today. Hello,
My
thanks for
pleasure.
joining.
Thank you
Oh,
so much for
wonderful,
having me.
wonderful. Oh, okay. Speak of her. Here she is, the one and only Coach Danny D. Good morning to you as well. Well, we can
Good
start with,
morning.
Stephanie, your story because stories are powerful, and yours in particular 29 years of what you have been putting in the world, what you have working on, and it feels like a full circle moment you've shared with me. So, in a nutshell, tell us your story and what was going on 29 years ago for Stephanie.
Well, 29 years is a long time. And I didn't pay attention that I was in the workforce as long as I was. I was on the grind, hustling, trying to make ends meet and make better choices and have better opportunity for my three children and I. And I knew I had to work. Um, so I needed to make sure that I would be able to work and raise my children. Um, and from there, I am here. And I feel like now, looking back, I have the time to reflect on all the things and challenges that I've been through and all of the growth and all of the tests and trials. And I could look at all of that as a negative and be woe is me. My life was hard. I was challenged. But whose life isn't hard? Who isn't faced with challenges? I am here because of powerhouse women that have supported me, nurtured me, mentored, poured into, welcomed, loved, hugged, prayed for, prayed with me just to get me here. And I feel like I am blessed and I am standing in my blessing to be here.
Well, Stephanie, we're so excited that you're here and you're willing to share your story. Did you feel like 29 plus years ago that the world said that this was going to be your story, a story of limitation, a story of mistakes and mess ups? And at what point did you say, I get to decide my story for myself?
Oh, that's a good one. I decided to write my story myself after being told that I would be limited in resources, I would be limited in prospects for employment for various reasons. One in particular was because I was not from Louisiana. I'm not originally from Louisiana. I am from San Francisco. And not everyone knows that. However, I grew up in the lower Ninth Ward, and I feel like the benefit of being raised on the West Coast as well as here in the South gave me a dynamic perspective on the world. And I am very grateful for those opportunities. But being limited, I found out early as a teenager that I don't like it when someone says, you can only do this, you can only go this far. That made me challenge what I was shown and what I was told. So, with that being said, I ventured into the workforce to provide for my children and to make sure that they had not the best of everything, but that they had options and that they had access. That's my whole driving force.
So it was like you did things out of maybe necessity or things that could lead to other
Mhm.
things. You know, you talked about the powerhouse women in your life who did a lot of roles for
Yes.
you. Did they say to you also, you can do more, you can have another a chapter, a different chapter in your life? Or did you pretty much know where it was going to end up or figured out where you were going to end up?
Oh no, I had no clue what was going to happen. I was along for the ride and I felt like I was blindfolded.
That's an interesting vision
um,
there. So you were
I
along for
was
the ride,
for
but
so
but you
very long,
yes.
for so
Oh,
very long, I was just going with the flow. So I feel like I've finally navigated my way through to where I feel like I have accomplished the majority of my goals this early in my life.
wow. That is so good. And we're going to just check in and let me get on this camera too. So as you come on in, please let us know. Oh, good morning. Mighty morning to you as well. We're talking about so many rich topics here with our guest Stephanie, and Stephanie, you are also the founder and the operator owner of Three Pillars HR Solutions. Tell us a little bit about that chapter of your story, of your powerhouse woman story, where you decided that you were going to serve so many in the role because you are indeed certified. You do know a lot about the world of HR.
Well, it started 29 years ago, and I stumbled upon this program called YWCA Training Inc. And that program um, facilitated workforce development. It facilitated training for single parents to learn office skills and office management skills as receptionists, as secretaries, etc. It taught us about professionalism, interviewing skills, dressing the part for the job, uh, workplace conduct and etiquette. And those learnings I had no idea would help so vastly in my life in shaping my professional career. As I said again, I have been in the workforce for 29 years. Falling into HR was just by happenstance. And I'm so excited that I had the opportunity to work with wonderful professionals in the human resources field that allowed me the space to develop and grow my knowledge and expand my knowledge and encourage me to retain and use my knowledge. Um, the skills that I learned all those many years ago from the YWCA laid the groundwork for Three Pillars HR Solutions. As far as workforce development, which is something that I am working on now, I just feel like my life has come full circle. And again, it would not be without the help of the powerhouse women that helped get me here. The encouraging words, the pat on your back, asking questions and having those questions met with love and understanding and compassion, and then being able to go out and work. And I am the best employee any company has ever had, in my opinion.
Well, all right.
So what I am blessed to be able to do now is help job seekers, employees that are new to the employment industry, that are looking for work, that are re-entering the workforce or want upskills to navigate career advancement. And I just feel I'm so blessed to have the opportunity to help and support the organization that I am partnered with right now and lay out these programs for individuals in need, like I was at one time. It just goes beyond paying it forward. I think it is embedded in who I am. My whole purpose is to help and support, and that is exactly what I am doing. I want a workforce full of wonderful, engaged, informed employees, because those employees will become CEOs and presidents and owners and operators. And if they start with a solid foundation that I can provide with the workforce development, I think work won't suck for many of us that have to work.
Right.
So
Well, I
that's
want to
where I
see,
am.
we have people who are joining us, and what you're saying today, Stephanie, is resonating and inspiring and really lighting a fire under a lot of people. In fact, Dee says that the program needs to be restored. She's also thankful that this is the type of show that is uplifting. And again, that's why I call it the Powerhouse Women Show, because it is the women that I have on the show. And it doesn't matter what it looks like as far as your organization or your position or what you've created, or if you're a part of the team. This is important that you're there. And so I'm so grateful. Thank you for that as well. So what are your future plans, or what do you think the next few chapters of your life will unfold, particularly as it relates to three pillars, HR solution. Also, you are a human resources business partner. So what do you think? And we're not going to lock you in. If it's 10 times more than that, don't worry about it.
Well, right now I am partnered with Concerned Citizens for a Better Algiers, and I am working with them to develop and lay out their workforce development program to provide services to the community in need. And once I get that off the ground, and our first class is Monday, um, the sky's the limit. I don't want to limit myself. I am open to wonderful opportunities and learning opportunities as well. So I'm always up for the challenge. I'm partial to beta testing, so try it on me first before you try
Mhm.
it on your clients or your employees. Let's figure it out together. It's That's part of how I work. I would much rather work in collaboration than in a silo. So joining Concerned Citizens has provided me the opportunity to continue doing good work and servicing my community.
What words of wisdom or final thought would you have for a powerhouse woman who's listening? And it may be the first month or the first
Do it,
year.
do it,
Please go ahead.
do it, do it, do it, do it. Do it scared, do it nervous, do it with uncertainty behind you, but do it.
And when those days come and you look like and feel like it's not progressing or moving forward, How do you keep doing it and showing up to do it?
I have three pillars of my own. My children, they first inspired me to pursue um, careers beyond fast food, restaurant workers, or um, the housekeeper. I've had all of those jobs. I've done all of those jobs. I was a housekeeper. I worked fast food. I've worked in hotels before. I've been a cashier. I've done all of those jobs, and no job is too small. It is all about your attitude and how you are willing to accept those learning opportunities that present themselves. Every pillar I have in my life is my inspiration. And at first it was my three children. Now it's my three grandchildren. And they inspire me to make sure the world is a better place every day.
Right. Is that part of the legacy, going from necessity, no job is, beneath you or not important, to the passion that you have, to legacy? What is the role of legacy in three pillars and what you have gone through and
That's it.
experienced?
That my experience has value. And I want everyone to know that if they are willing to learn and use their experiences for good, look for the positive, look for the good in the world, the good will come to you. And if you put forth the effort to wanting to do better and then pushing yourself to do better, you can. You just have to do it.
Wow. We've gotten so many comments. People just love what you're saying. It's resonating. Her experience has value. Thank you, Cheryl, for sharing that as well. How can people follow you, whether it's on social media or even reach out to you if they need you or they need to be a part of what you're doing with Three Pillars HR Solutions?
Absolutely. They can reach me on LinkedIn. I am also, they can catch me on email. You can call me. I have all of those resources available. Call, we can chit chat, we can email, and I'm also on LinkedIn. So
Okay. Yes. 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 Thank you for being on the Powerhouse Woman Show. Do appreciate it. You are as amazing as I thought you would be. You speak such life and possibility into people. The pacing of your voice, the word choice that you use, all starts that burner. That slow burner. But it's really so important. So thank you for being on the show today. We really appreciate it.
it's my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be here with you.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you. Hold on just a second. And I want to thank all of you for joining us. Again, so many comments. People, this is something that I think a lot of people needed today. So thanks to our guest, Stephanie Blue, for sharing those words of wisdom. And you may have on your list or something that you want to do to be a powerful speaker, to be more on shows, to figure out what your story is, how to relate your story to others. I want you to know about our upcoming Storymaker Academy. It begins January 13th, 2025. And I want you to know that it's not too early to register. We do have some tuition help for you as well, and even a couple of scholarships. So if you want to learn more about it, go to StorymakerAcademy.com. That's our show. Thanks for being with us, and we'll see you next time on the Powerhouse Woman Show.